Hey, what's up everyone? Today in this episode, I'm going to be showing you exactly how you can create a beautiful testimonial section of any website just like this by using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And we're going to make it fully responsible using a modern technology like Flexbox and Media Query. As you see here, this is an e-commerce website. It is under construction. In the next episode, we are going to design the full section for this e-commerce website. But today, in this episode, we are going to design the single part, which is the testimonial section for this responsible e-commerce website right now in this video. Before directly jump right into the tutorial, let me show you the features of this testimonial section or user review section. You see, this have a slide animation. As you see here, it rotates 180 degrees in the X direction, just like this one, and it animates. You see, just like this one. It is made by using CSS animation and JavaScript. So in this episode, I'm gonna show you exactly how you can create this testimonial section of this website using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. With that being said, let's dive right into it. If you are new to this channel, make sure to subscribe and press the notification bell icon to be notified while I come out a daily programming training video just like this one. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. Okay, the first step is folder preparation. As you see here is a folder e-commerce testimonial section. In this folder, we have 3 folders and 1 index.html document. Here we have CSS folder, here we have an image folder, and here we have a JS or JavaScript folder. In CSS folder, we have style.css document and an image folder right here. Again, here we have an image folder. In this image, we have an image just like this. And in this JavaScript folder, we have script document right here, which is custom JavaScript document. So, having this, now let me open this folder in my code editor. In this case, I am going to use Sublime Text. So you can use any text editor as you want. So click on File and then click on Open Folder right here. So here we have a folder which is e-commerce testimonial section, and select the folder right here. And then here we have an HTML document, here we have a CSS document, and here is a JS document. So as you see here is the basic HTML document. So right here we have font awesome link right here. It is found from fontawesome.com. And here we have a jQuery link right here, and now link style.css, this style.css with an HTML document using a link tag right here, just like this. So again, link this script.js document with an HTML document using a script tag right here. Okay, having this, now let's begin to start the designing part for this testimonial section right here. Now first we are going to create a header element over here. Inside this header element, we are going to nest all the items that we are going to use as a navigation bar. So over here we are going to nest a div element having a class name nav. Inside this div element we are going to nest an h1 element having a class name logo. So here is the website logo, electro, and then again inside this development we are going to nest an order list having a class name navbar. Inside this unordered list we are going to list out a list item that we are going to use as a navigation menu, right? So inside this list item we are going to nest an anchor element. The first navigation menu is home. So again, copy this and paste right here, and then change this home into, and then the second navigation menu is product, and then here we have another navigation menu, featured. After that, copy this and paste right here. We are going to need 2 extra navigation menu right here. So for this testimonial, and over this we are going to create a contact navigation menu. Again, outside of this unordered list, we are going to create another div element having class name menu icon. So, okay, here is the HTML part. As you see here, this menu icon is found from font awesome. Finding this menu icon from font awesome is very simple. So now let me save and refresh in my web browser. Okay, here we are, right? Now this is an HTML part. Now let's dive right into to style this header section. So here is. So first here is, right? And here is the universal selector right here, margin 0, padding 0, border box sizing, border box transition, all 0.3 second is in using HTML and body selector and element selector, font size, which is the global font size, 60 pixel, font family, popping, and sans serif, text rendering, optimized legibility. And now using this descendant selector, header and a class selector now. Okay, header now, background white, padding 1 rim from top and bottom and 7% from left and right. Position fixed, top 0, left 0, justify content, space between, align item, center, width 100%, box shadow 2 pixel, 0 pixel, 5 pixel, and the color will be gray. And now save and refresh. Here we have, right? Here is it. And again, using selector logo, let me style this logo using this selector logo, header now. Using this selector, any element inside this logo section, inside this logo class, which is found inside the nav class, which is nested inside the header element, will have such property. So, color, orange red, font family, let me say curative, margin right, let me say 2.5 rem. So when I save and refresh, here is it. Okay, again using a class selector navbar and an element selector header right here, list style none in order to remove the bullet point from the navigation menu, and again using a descendant selector li and a class selector navbar, let me add some property value pair. Display a line block, padding 0 from top and bottom, and then 1.5 rem from left and right, text align, center. So when I save and refresh, here we go. Now again, copy this and then paste right here, and using an element selector A, which is an anchor element. So let me add some property value pair right here. So the first property, let me say color yellow green, text transform uppercase, text decoration none in order to remove the underline from the navigation menu right here, and then font size, let me say 120%, which is 120% times the global font size. In this case, the global font size is right here, 60 pixels. So when I save and refresh, here we have. Okay, over here we are going to add an essential property value pair, display flex. So here we have, and then having this property value pair, when I save and refresh, here we have nice. So over here we are going to add a property display flex in order to adjust this navigation bar right here in a proper manner. So now let me add a hover over effect over this navigation menu. So to do this, we are going to use a pseudo class selector right here, hover. So having this, let me change the color for the font into orange red, and then border bottom, the border bottom will be 2 pixel solid yellow green, and transform 0.4 second is. So here we have a nice hover over effect over this when we hover over the mouse over this navigation menu right here. So now let me style this menu icon right here. So to do this, we are going to use this menu icon class selector and an anchor element class selector right here. In this case, we are going to use a descendant selector. So remove this and replace it by menu icon class selector right here, and then remove this property value pair and change the color for the font into orange red, and then font size, let me increase the font size into 1.3 times the 60 pixel, and margin right, let me say 1 rem, which is 60 pixel. So when I save and refresh, here we go. So now it's better to add a hover over effect over this menu icon. First, let me add a cursor into pointer, so, and then copy this and paste right here. And again, we are going to use a pseudo class selector right here. So remove this again and change the color into blue, and then and paste right here, transform 0.4 second linear, and then when I save and refresh, here we have, right? Okay, this is how you can create the navigation menu for this e-commerce website right here. So now let's jump right into the main section. And then outside of this header section, let me add a comment over here. And now we have a section element right here having a class name, testimonial section, and an ID value of testimonial. And then inside this section we have an h1 element right here having a class name, section heading with some dummy text right here. Now let me insert this text right here using a span tag right here. And again inside this section we have a div element right here having a class name, testimonial container. Inside this div element we have another div having a class name, testimonial box. And then inside this div again, we have another div element having a class name, user profile. And again now, inside this div element, we have another div having a class name, user image. And then inside this div, we have an image. Just here is it. And image path right here. Now, outside of this div element having a class name, user image, we have an H3 element right here having a class name, client name, and again we have an H5 element right here about client and client destination. And then outside of this div element having class name user profile, let me add a paragraph element right here having class name, let me say client description. And now let me save and refresh in my web browser. Here we have, right? And now again, let me add over here inside a user profile class name right here. And now let me nest this client name, client about the client destination, and a star icon right here inside user info, just like this. And now let me add another icon right here, which is found from font awesome. So now let me save and refresh in my web browser. Here we have, right? Okay, this is an HTML part, and now let's dive right into to style this text and image right here. So let me add a comment over here, testimonial section, and using an element selector right here, section, min height 100 viewport height, padding 0 from top and bottom, and then 5% from left and right. And again, padding top, let me say 7%. And then now let me style this text right here, which is found inside an H1 element using a class selector section heading, and font size 250%, text align, center, color, pink, margin, 20 pixel, and auto, text transform, capitalize, background image, background attachment, fixed, padding bottom, 1.5 rem, and border radius, let me say 40 pixel right here. Now save and refresh. Here we are, right? Okay. Now copy this and paste right here, and using a span element selector right here. Now let me add some property in order to style the element which is nested inside this span element having a class name section heading. Now background color, let me say dark orange, color white, display inline block. Now let me save and refresh in my web browser. Here we are, right? Okay. Now let me add another essential property, click path and polygon having this value. Save and refresh. Here we have, right? Okay, let me decrease this into 0% and save and refresh. Here we are. Cool. And let me add over here. Okay, now save again and refresh. Here is it, right? Cool. Over here, let me add another property: background position, center, background size, cover. Now let me save and refresh. Here we are, right? Okay, here we have a fixed background image right here, just like this one. Now over here, let me add another property, z-index, having a value 1. Now again, save and refresh. Here we have, right? Cool. Okay, that is it. And again, using this testimonial container class selector right here and add some property over here. Position relative, and again using this class selector testimonial box with 90% height auto background color FFF, which means white, margin 0 from top and bottom and auto from left and right, and then justify content, center, border radius 20 pixel, background shadow, padding 1 rem, margin bottom 10 pixel. Save and refresh. Here we are, right? Okay. Now let me style this right double quote. Copy this class selector right here. Remove this. And again, using descendant selector right here, testimonial box with another class selector icon. Now let me style this double quote position absolute. If the position of this element absolute, the position for the parent element will be relative. You know, the parent element is having a class name testimonial box. So right here, position relative, and then over here, top 1 rem, right 1 rem. Color purple. Now let me save and refresh. Here we are. Cool. Now again, using this class selector right here, user profile, here we are, right? Here is it. Display flex, align item, center. Now copy this and paste right here. Now use this class selector user image in order to style the image right here and remove this with, let me say, 5 rem, margin right 1 rem. Here we have, right? And then copy this again and paste right here and add an element selector right here, an img, so change width into 100%, object fit cover, border radius 50%. Now save and refresh. Here we have, right? Cool. And again, using this class selector right here, client name. Now refresh. Here we have, right? Okay. And then now let me style this. So over here we have this. We have this class selector right here about client. Color dark orange, text transform, capitalize, font weight 300, font style italic, and then using this class selector client destination, color gray, text transform, capitalize, font size 1.5 frame, font weight 250, and font style italic. And now save and refresh. Here we have, right? Nice. Let me style this star icon right here. So to do this, we have a class selector right here, rating, and also let me style this paragraph using class selector client destination. Here is a class selector rating, and here is a client description right here. So over here, font size 1.25 frame, font family accuracy, font size italic, and color gray, padding 1.2 rem for this paragraph element right here. So now let me save and refresh in my web browser. Here we have, right? Nice. Okay, now let me copy this right here and paste right here as much as you want. Paste over here. Now save and refresh. Here we are, right? Cool. As you see here, everything is similar. The only thing expected from me is to change the text right here and the images right here. So, to save your time, it's better to do it offline. Okay, welcome back. Here we have, right? Here is the image that I am going to use for this testimonial section right here. Now, save and refresh. Here is it, right? Cool. Now, using a class selector right here, testimonial box, display, none. Now, save and refresh. Here you have, right? Okay. And then over here, let me add another class selector right here, active. So using this class selector, by combining this class selector active with a testimonial box right here, let me say display block. So now the section having an active class selector right here will be displayed. So here we have, as you see here, only the first section that are nested inside this testimonial box will be displayed. Now save and refresh. Here is it, right? Cool. Now again, let me add another elements right here. This is right. Okay. Now let me style this icon right here. So over here we have an ID value, preview, and next right here. So using this ID selector right here, and here we have a testimonial ID selector which is over here. So using descendant selector testimonial and another ID selector right here, preview and next. Now let me style this icon right here, so position absolute top 50%. If the position for this child element absolute, the position for the parent element will be relative. So here is the parent element, testimonial container, and now transform, translate -50 and -50 from left and top, and font size 2.2 rem, border radius 50%, background light gray, border 2 pixels, solid darken, padding 0.1 rem, and text align center. Save and refresh in my web browser. Here you have, right? Okay. Now again, copy this and add some property value pair right here, left for rem, and now again copy this next ID selector right here and right one rem. Now save and refresh. Here is it, right? Cool. Now let me add a hover over effect over here. So copy this and paste right here, and then add a pseudo class selector, hover over here, remove this background, dark orange, color white. Now save and refresh. Here you are, right? That is it. So now let's jump right into to add some interactivity using JavaScript. So over here we have a script element right here. Let variable name slide equals to document query selector all. Now using this class selector here, we can find this element right here using a class name right here, testimonial box. So that you can find all the box having a class name testimonial box. So here we have testimonial box over here, and let index equals to 0, and now function, here we have function having a function name. Next, and now copy and paste right here and change this function name, and then index -1 and plus over here, and copy this and paste right here. Okay, now over here let me add on click event right here. So on click, inside here we are going to add a function name right here. You have the first function name preview, and here we have a function name next right here. Now remove this. Okay, here we have the JavaScript code, and now let me save and refresh. Here is it, right? Okay, now again when you click this, you see over here, when you see here Here is it. The problem may be occurred over here. The problem may be, okay, I made a mistake over here. Okay, now save and refresh. Here is it, right? Cool. Now over here, let me add an animation right here. So animation and animation name and animation duration 0.4 second and linear, and over here using a keyframe rule, keyframes and animation name, let me say animate, and at 0% the animation will be transform, rotate in the X direction 180 degree, let me say 180 degree. And now save and refresh. What's going on? It's very amazing portfolio section right here. What is that? If you like this type of content, make sure to subscribe and press the notification bell icon to be notified when I come out a daily programming training video just like this one. With that being said, now let's jump right into whether this testimonial section is responsible or not. As you see here, this testimonial section is not responsible. So let's jump right into to make this testimonial section responsible, just like this. So here we have, right? So we are going to make this testimonial section responsible just like this using Flexbox and media query. You see? So let's dive right into it. Over here, let me add a menu bar right here. So now let me save and refresh. Here is it, a toggle menu right here. So now let me inspect this. Here we have a toggle menu right here. So let me style this. To style this using an ID selector right here, menu bar, padding 0.1 rem and 0.5 rem from top and bottom right here and left to right respectively. And now here we have, right? Okay, it's nice. Now over here, let me add another property, display none. So here is it. This toggle menu will be disappeared. And now using a media query right here, let me make it responsibly. So here we have some border for different screen size, and now copy this, an HTML and body element selector right here, and here we have a screen width having a maximum width 1200 pixel, and let me reduce the font size into 40 pixel, and then over here again let me reduce the font size into 12 pixel, and then all the size will adjust itself. So now here we are, right? Okay, here is it. Okay, as you see here, now again copy this descendant selector and paste right here. Now over here, as you see here, padding 0.1 rem. Now save and refresh. Here is it, right? Okay. Now let me make it responsible. This next and preview button. So over here you have left 4 rim and right 1 rim. So over here copy this and paste right here and left, let me say left 40 pixel and right minus 10 pixel. Now save and refresh. Here is it, nice. Okay, again here you have, right? Now let me reduce again. Okay, now over here we have another border at 768 pixel and below. So here we have a menu bar, display value none. So come over here and using this ID selector menu bar display block, when the viewer viewed your views this testimonial section in a device having a screen size 768 pixel and below, the toggle menu will be displayed. So again, using this class selector number, here we have position absolute top 100%. Here we have a number and left minus 100% with 100% background color, dark, padding, 2 rim. Now let me save and refresh in my web browser. Here you have, as you see here, all the menu bar disappeared. So again, now let me add another class name inside this UL element active, and then let me add an interactivity over this toggle menu. So first create a variable, let me say menu, variable name menu, and get this element by its ID value query selector menu bar. Here we have an ID value menu bar, and then now let me create another variable var, let me say now document query selector and access this element by using its class name. Here you have now bar class name, and come over here and paste right here. And to save your time, here you have the JavaScript code for this toggle menu. So here you have, right? Now let me remove this. Okay, now let me remove this and then save and refresh. And then you see, okay, that's nice. Now come over here and copy this and paste right here. I remove this. Again, remove this and copy this class selector active and paste right here and change this 100% into 0%. Left 0 and now save and refresh. Here you have, right? Now let me comment out this. Okay, here you have, and then save and refresh. Here you have, right? Nice. and then copy this and come over here and paste right here. We have this. Now here we have, right? Okay, it is nice, right? Okay, over here again. When the viewer viewed in a device having a screen size 640 pixels and below, this should be responsive. So let me add a property over here. So here we have, right? And now let me make this preview and next button responsible for any device. So copy this and paste right here and change this value. Let me say 25 pixel left and right minus 25 pixel. Again paste right here. For the preview, the value property value pair left 50 pixel, and for the next selector right minus 25 pixel. And again let me change this right minus 20 pixel instead of minus 25 pixel. Again copy this HTML and body element selector right here and paste right here and reduce the font size, the global font size into 10 pixel, and then all the element will adjust itself, right? Okay, here is it. It's nice, okay, it's nice. So this is all about today's video. If you like such kind of content, make sure to subscribe and press the notification bell icon to be notified while I come out a daily programming training video just like this one. If you have any question concerning here, let me know in the comment section below, and then enjoy more programming training video on the end screen. I will see you in the next video. Until then, bye for now.